Don't be a girl that poops. Be a girl that shits. Okay, I'm ready. You ready?
Ready.
Ready.
You ready?
Welcome back to Dumb and Broke. I'm Bryan.
I'm Chelsea.
And we're here for another episode. Episode 9. 9.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like a full season.
Yeah. Last season we did 12 episodes. And after I did 8, like the first 8, those were all in person. The last 4 were virtual. So like we hit that marker already and we're on 9 and we haven't ran out of anything to talk about yet.
For some reason, I just don't think that we ever will.
I don't think we will either.
So if you guys are listening and you guys are waiting for us to run out of things to talk about, settle in.
Yeah, I know. That's always a genuine concern of mine, but it's like, we talk all the time. Why would we stop now? Like,
but it is weird too, just considering how much we talk to each other. Like, you would think that you and I would run out of things to talk about with each other, but no.
That's so true. And like, I mean, sometimes we have conversations on the podcast that like we've had brief discussions previously, or, you know, I've heard the story before, but like we want to share it. But like most of it isn't like that. Most of it's just
some things you just find out.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know about the Titanic.
Right. That was so good. Like,
I felt a little dumb, but also funny and on brand.
Yeah.
So
it's great content. I watched that today. And I had to like rewatch it like 3 times just because like your face, like it was just like so genuine. Like, wait, was I around during that? Oh my god!
It was the way you said Chelsea that sent me.
I know.
That made me know that I was so wrong.
I was like, damn, you're a dumb bitch.
And I thought I was a broke one.
Yeah, I guess you're just living up to the name to its fullest. But speaking of the Titanic, did you hear about that like 18-year-old who jumped off a boat in the Bahamas and like went missing?
What?
Yeah, it's been like all over my TikTok. It's crazy. This I forgot where he's from. It was like right after high school graduation. Him and like friends went on a cruise in the Bahamas, and he was dared to jump off. They went to the Bahamas, and they did like a night like cruise on like a pirate ship looking boat, and his friends like dared him to jump off, and he did. And like people are recording videos, and like you see him swimming and then you see him disappear, and like all the videos are kind of grainy, and some people think they saw like a shark. And like everyone's saying like those waters are infested with sharks, but other people think it wasn't a shark, it was like a wave, and he was taken in like under a current. Either way,
that's insane, and also my worst nightmare.
Right? Like, yeah, I know last week we joked about like an airplane like being like a really horrible way, which would be a horrible way, but I think that'd be scarier. You're like in the ocean alone.
The open ocean is my greatest fear.
Yeah.
Number one fear. If I have a dream of a killer whale, I know I'm not living right. Something is not right in my mind.
The ocean is scary. Like, it is so scary. I get like, I know we were talking about like going on a cruise, but like I'm actually scared of the ocean.
Yeah. But it's kind of the part to me, which I explained this to somebody before, where killer whales are the most terrifying thing. Like my heart rate gets up watching like a documentary, but I think I would go whale watching. It's kind of like a scary movie. It's like The Rush.
Yeah.
But I mean, you see all those videos with somebody like paddle boarding in a killer whale. I think I would pass out on the spot. God, I genuinely think that I'd be done.
I've been seeing a lot of videos like that, like people like on like little boats and like a shark like coming and like biting the boat, and I'm seeing a lot of that on my TikTok.
Is Shark Week coming up? Like, what is I don't know.
It might be. It's a summer thing, right? So
yeah,
I don't know. But my favorite animal is an alligator. Not because I want to like hold them, but like I just think they're really cool. But
that's so Florida of you.
I know. Maybe it has something to do with that, but I just think they're so cool. They've been around since the dinosaur age, so like, and they've outlived everything.
Have you ever watched Lake Placid?
Yes.
Those fucked me up.
Yeah. Was it an alligator or a crocodile?
I couldn't tell you the difference as an adult.
I think I couldn't either. I think I could like. I think crocodiles have like longer noses. Alligators have like fatter ones. But because that movie was taking place in like Maine or something, and crocodiles and alligators don't live in Maine, which is really.
It was Lake Placid, right? I think that's an actual place.
There's a lot of Lake Placids, but that one
Oh.
was based in Maine.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's why it was like crazy because like gators and crocodiles don't live up there.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
You've lost me on
Yeah.
this one. But so an alligator is your favorite.
Yeah, my favorite animal. It just always has been. I think it's just interesting and yeah.
Fun fact.
I actually want to get a tattoo of an alligator.
Oh yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah. What's your favorite animal?
I mean, this basic ass
Dog.
bitch. It's a dog.
That's not an animal. That's a pet.
But it's still an animal.
It's an animal, but I need another one.
Okay,
Something
okay,
that, like,
okay.
you can't have in your house.
That I can't
I
have
guess
in
I
my
could
house.
have an alligator in my house, but like
An animal that I would like. I'm trying to think of like if I go to the zoo, what
I feel like
animal
sloth.
is that? What I'm giving? Okay, you want to? I did go to the National History Museum, and do you know how big sloths are?
No.
They are massive.
I've definitely seen sloths, but I don't remember them being super massive.
Well-
Or they can be.
Yeah, I guess maybe they can be massive, but I looked at that and I was like, I don't care if that thing is going 0.2 miles an hour. If I see that in the wild, I'm scared.
Yeah. And they have like long nails, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if they like move it fast, but
People are obsessed with them though.
Yeah.
And I can't have something that everyone else is obsessed with.
I feel like that
It's got to be
happened-
like a weird animal.
so do you want to continue thinking?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll come back to it.
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
going to scream it in the
Yeah.
middle of the podcast later on.
I feel like sloths, like, they came out of nowhere, like, trendy. I don't know if it was from
There was
an animated movie, right? Was it from that?
probably Ice Age.
Ice Age? Or isn't there a sloth that, like, sits behind, like, it's like a bank teller sloth?
Oh, yeah. but I
Monsters,
can't-
Inc.?
Yeah.
Monsters, Inc.? I don't
Is
know.
it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're portrayed in movies as friendly creatures.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it.
I held a koala once. They're cute.
I just don't get down with like I don't want a wild animal in my hands. One of my friends is always like sending videos of like chinchillas and things, and I'm like, get that varmint off my feet.
Oh my god.
I want no part of it.
I had a friend who had a pet snake, and like a pretty big one. I had a few friends that had snakes, and she would feed it live rats, like, or no, it wasn't always live rats. Sometimes it would be dead rat or mice.
I couldn't.
But she would heat it up in the microwave, which is so gross, right? And she'd be like, "Do you want to come watch me feed my snake?" I was like, "No, I don't."
I
Isn't
have
that-
chills. That is sickening.
Right? Imagine putting.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I love all animals are beautiful in their own right. They have their own thing. I love animals, but that does not mean that I want to touch it or have it in my home or bake a rat for it.
Imagine, like, at noon you heat up a hot pocket, and then like 2 o'clock comes around, you have to heat up some dead mice to feed your snake.
I could imagine myself. I would cry. I would sit there crying no. It just wouldn't happen, actually.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't. It just would not happen.
No.
You know what I don't understand? What animal I don't understand? I don't understand the idea of fish as a pet.
I think they're decoration.
Yeah, but like a lot of work.
Yeah, because those I used to have like when I was a kid, we had a tank and we had like
So did we.
20 fish, but like
I couldn't tell you anything about any of those fish. We had a cool crab. They would like stand up and like we thought he was doing karate, but that was really that's all I could tell you about that fish tank, and it was probably in my house for 10 plus years.
yeah, and I remember getting dirty so quickly.
Yeah. And I had to do that as a chore, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even want these fish in the first
Yeah,
place.
I used to overfeed those fish too. I'd be like, "Are you hungry?" I was like from Finding Nemo. I was that girl with like the. I was there.
That tracks.
Yeah. I think our followers would be happy to know that we saw Taylor Swift this past weekend.
Yeah, We kind of did.
True. I saw Taylor Swift. You heard Taylor
In the flesh.
Swift.
I did. I was in close proximity
Yeah.
to Taylor Swift.
Oh my God, what a stressful evening for me.
I was stressed for you.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
No, Alina was here and we were out there. We were watching you every step of the way, just pace back and forth. Maybe
Yeah.
you should preface what was going down.
So, me, Chelsea, our friend Tegan, and my friend Alina, who came from Houston to visit, we all went to the stadium without tickets. And the plan was, especially for Tegan and I, to wait as far as we could to get a ticket to see if we would get the best deal. And we sure did wait till the last minute. And
Let alone you and 10,000 other people had the same plan.
exactly. Yeah. Well, if you guys are trying to go to the Eras Tour, like just know that they actually start rising again, like as you get closer.
StubHub has caught on.
Yes.
Or the resale has caught on.
So, you and Alina had, you
I had a low budget, and I think I knew pretty early on that I was not going to find a ticket within that realm, so I commit to the parking lot.
you were satisfied with that. Like
I
you
was,
were like,
yeah.
And so was Alina. So like that made me feel good. I was like, okay, that wouldn't have been good enough for me. I was getting in no matter what. I was willing.
I know that.
Yeah. And Tegan was on the same page. So Tegan and I found tickets at the two tickets right next to each other, and we went to go process them separately. It's probably dumb. We probably should have just bought two at the same time. But Tegan's goes through. Mine does not. Mine gets rejected. The show started at 8, and this is like 7:40 at this point. And I was like, Tegan, just go in, enjoy the concert. I'll figure something out. I called. I think because I used I used Vivid Seats, StubHub, SeatGeek. I was on the phone with Vivid Seats, asking like, why did my ticket go through? I was like, the show's about to start. I was full on Karening, like total Karen. And I still don't have my ticket, and it's 8:00, and I hear, "It's been a long time coming," and I'm like getting ready to cry. I'm texting you while I'm on the phone. I was like, guys,
literally like I'm about to cry. I don't know what to do.
I literally was in the parking lot, like in between cars. I literally kneel. I was like crouching. Sometimes I swear, like I don't know English, but yeah, I was crouching down, and I was just like, I don't know if I was praying or what. I was just like. And then I hear Cruel
To the Taylor Swift gods.
Yeah. Then I hear Cruel Summer, which is a fucking banger. I was like, then I finally get my ticket, and I fucking dart to the gate. And
that was where we saw you.
Yeah.
We saw you dart.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah. We're standing in line for merch and just like witnessing this all happen.
It was freaking insane. I missed the entire Lover set, which was like 4 or 5 songs, but and I was all the way up top, basically behind the stage. I'm embarrassed to tell people what I spent, but I think people really want to know, and I think whatever. I spent $1,700 on that ticket. Ugh. And the shitty part about it is it was $1,200 and then $400 in fees.
Yeah, that's silly.
I can't believe that's a thing.
I can't say anything about what you spent because I full on encouraged it, but I encouraged it because I knew, one, you were not going to be okay sitting in that parking lot, and 2, it's a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah.
Legitimately once in a lifetime.
Yeah, I talked myself there, and I was like, this is what savings are for, right? You save for emergencies and things that bring you joy, like experiences and whatever you want to spend your money on, right? You save for these things. I mean, I wasn't anticipating $1,700, but here we are. It's fine. I don't regret it because it was incredible.
I knew you wouldn't.
Yeah. So I was up there by myself because Tegan and I got split up, but still really enjoyed myself. I was right next to this little girl who is celebrating her 13th birthday, which is so cute. And if you're a Taylor Swift fan, the number 13 is really special. She was with her mom, and we traded bracelets. I felt a little weird because my bracelet said "Meet me behind the mall," and I felt really weird giving a bracelet to a little girl that said "Meet me behind the mall." But besides that, it was so.
She's gonna grow up and really learn the meaning.
Yeah, and she knows the song. And she gave me her Fearless bracelet. But we were just like jamming together, especially like the like Shake It Off and 22. We would just be like, we'd look at each other and be like, I'm feeling 22, like together. It was adorable. And like,
and your outfit was on point. You had a lavender gaze.
Yeah.
And you were in your whole like purple lavender haze.
Yeah. I was serving Lavender Haze, which is the first track on Midnights, and there was we did a little spin on that, and I had a shirt that said Lavender Gaze, so I was feeling myself. But yeah, that was my experience.
I had an absolute ball.
Yeah.
So yeah, we commit to the parking lot. We could hear everything really except for just like the talking in between. But it was like such a feel good experience witnessing from the outside, because like I didn't realize how many people, there were probably 10,000 plus people standing just in the parking lot.
Which is insane.
But I would say about 90% of those people were still trying to get tickets. Like Alina and I, we had pretty much, we're like, yeah, we're not searching the sites anymore. Like we're committed to the spot. But everyone else was looking, like people dressed to the nines, just ready to go in. But even up to like the last era, or probably the last 30 minutes of the show, people, you would see them get tickets and then kind of like you did, would sprint in.
Oh my God.
And the entire, I get chills just thinking about it, but everyone that was like still waiting would scream,
Oh my
like
God.
so excited for these people that they got tickets and see them sprinting in. And it was like, it was so crazy and supportive.
Yeah, I
and
was gonna
like,
say it's a support system.
yes, it was really cool to witness. And then just like seeing, I don't know, like I would look up into the stadium and you could see like girls, if they went to the bathroom or something, like two girls and a dad's just like chasing them down the hall because they're running to get back. And I'm just like, what a great memory to have with your little girls, taking them to
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. I don't know. It was just a lot of feel good moments and also some not so feel good. Like especially when you were stressed, we were looking around and they were like moms with their daughters just bawling
Yeah.
because they weren't getting tickets. And I was just like, wow, this is, it's just insane.
Yeah, see, like the only person I was going to be disappointing was myself. I couldn't imagine like having like a kid, not bringing them to the concert without a ticket, and like probably telling your kid, "Oh, we're going to get a ticket. We're going to get a ticket," and then if you don't, like that, I would hate to like disappoint.
And like hearing everything going on, still hearing everything going on inside, because that was the part that hurt, because we were sitting there and I knew that you were stressed, and then you just hear "Wah!" everyone freaking out from the stadium, and I'm like, oh, I know that's cutting so deep
yeah.
right now. So just imagine being 10 years old at cutting deep and just not having the concept of money.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that would be crazy.
When I finally got my ticket, it wasn't working. It wasn't showing like the section and anything. So when I got up, they're like, "Oh, like your ticket's not working." And I was like, "Did I just get scammed?" And then like it took a second and like it reloaded and I finally got it. And then someone else behind me was having the same issue. So like I even though I got in, like I helped them. I was like, "This just happened to me. Like do this." So like, you know, we're all friends.
We're all friends in the Swiftie community.
Yeah. And I just want to say, I am so damn proud of Taylor Swift. Like,
she's crushing.
She is crushing it. She had a whole Eras tour, and it was just like so amazing to see, like basically like witnessing her grow up in this 3.5 hour concert. Like,
well, and like we're all kind of her age,
right?
So we all kind of grew up in
With
the
her.
same,
Yeah. So then, now to see like really, really young people resonating with her, like, it's cool. I don't know. I just feel like I think I fell in love with Taylor Swift more after that, and I can't believe that there are seriously people out there that are like, "I hate Taylor Swift." It's just like, I don't get it.
You're like, okay.
Yeah.
So if you're a hater, don't comment.
Yeah. Haters gonna hate. Like, I don't even listen to that song, but I don't care for that song. But when that came, I was shaking
it off.
Yeah. Like,
So in summary, Taylor Swift is amazing. She is amazing.
Yes.
And if you have an opportunity to go to the tour, even maybe sit in the parking lot and just enjoy the supportive system that are the Swifties.
yeah.
You should do it.
Yeah, I highly recommend. I mean, if you're a major Swiftie, I think you can't put a price tag on it. If you're not a Swiftie, I mean, I don't know if $1,700 is gonna be worth it for you, but she puts on an amazing show, and there are a lot of people that say like she doesn't have like a great like vocal abilities. She sounded great. Like she's improved a lot. So,
Yeah.
just can't say it enough. I'm so proud of that girl.
We love her.
Yeah. I feel like it's hard to avoid. There's some controversy going around her, and I don't want to avoid that. We're aware, but we have other things to talk about.
Today is not the day for that, but maybe we'll touch on it at a later date.
Let us know if
We're
you
just celebrating her.
Yeah. Let us know if you really want us to talk about that, and we will.
Okay, can I tell you about I had a little bit of a crisis.
Yes.
An identity crisis.
Oh God.
So I have this friend who does horoscope readings.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been interested in doing one and really getting down into like the nitty gritty of the stuff.
They're so fun.
Because I've always felt like I've known my big three, and we use CoStar and just send our, which I know is, people say it's not the best, but I enjoy it. But I'm not like 100% sure of my birth time, and I just don't want to go through the full reading and not know, because I know myself, and I know that there'll be things like if somebody tells me something that I don't want to hear, I'll be like, oh, this is probably not correct.
and so you guys know, like, if you're not really into astrology, you need to know your birthplace, birth time, birth date, to know like your full chart.
Right.
Specifically your rising sign. I'm sure everyone who's listening has heard like, what's your rising? Or, so that was really important.
Yeah. And your rising is like super crucial to like, what is it, your social personality?
Yeah, right. Your rising is kind of like your first impression. That's like what people first see.
Right.
Yeah.
So just to preface, I've always thought, based on what I thought my birth time was, I thought I'm Aquarius, Gemini, which tracks for me, in my opinion. And then I reached out to both of my parents individually the other day, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to ask again, because I don't think they remembered me asking in the first place. I'm going to ask again, and if they give me the same time, then I'll just take that as the truth. I mean, to preface, I know that you all may think that my birth was probably the greatest time of their lives, and they should know that off the top of their head.
Right.
But there's also 6 of us, so things get a little hazy.
Right. Let's cut them some slack.
Yeah, let's cut them some slack. So I thought it was 1:30, which puts me as a Gemini, and then my mom texts back, and she goes, "I think it was around 3." And I plugged that in. That moves me from a Gemini to a Cancer, which
Holy shit.
I feel like could not be more different. And so I just had a full blown crisis, because I'm like, who am I anymore?
Right.
And it's also funny because I don't feel like I feel like I'm one of those that's like, yeah, like I like astrology, but like I don't feel like it's like defines me, or I'm not gonna blame it on like, oh, I'm a Gemini rising.
Yeah.
But this rocked me. I was like, who am I?
Yeah, no, that would like scare me, like, because you check your horoscope all the time, and it's like, even though you're taking it with a grain of salt, you are in a way still
It's a big ass grain.
right, a big ass grain. Yeah, I hear you. I like that would like rock my world a bit, and my rising is Capricorn, and sometimes I wonder if my time is off too, because I never really resonated with Capricorns.
We're calling the hospitals. We're getting the records. We're going all in.
But like I've been living with identifying as a Capricorn rising.
I identify.
Yeah, so. Ugh.
But just to confirm, I am a Gemini rising. We circled back. My mom checked my baby book. I am a Gemini rising. So
your life made sense all over again.
it made sense. Now I can take a deep breath and just take all of the good and the bad that comes with that.
Being a Cancer rising wouldn't have been the end of the world.
It wouldn't have.
I have a lot of Cancer in my chart, so.
I think it would have made me feel like I could be more emotional, because I don't think I am like super emotional. Like I think this sounds dumb. I think I have emotions.
I think you are an emotional person, but I don't think you come off as an emotional person. I
think that's fair.
I know you, and like I think you are.
Yeah.
I think I mean.
Well, you said you're like, oh yeah, that kind of tracks, and I was like, what?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not with you when you're home alone, but I feel like I have a good sense of how you are when you're home alone. Maybe it has something to do with the camera that I have set up, but but no. But
you must be so bored.
yeah, you're just like no, but like you're a homebody. You really like your alone time. That's a Cancer trait. And you like to do art, and you know, that's all I got. But
right, so like you have emotions.
Yeah.
No, I
but that would have made sense more as like your moon or like your Mercury. But rising, I don't see you as a rising Cancer.
yeah, I think I do. I think like my Jupiter's in Cancer or something. I do have a lot of Capricorn, to a lot of houses, so I can see how that tracks.
Well,
for you.
I'm glad that you know who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
I do. Again, I questioned it. I questioned it pretty hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're back. So check your birth times, ladies and gentlemen.
And if you're interested to hear more about mine, my good friend Jack did a reading on season 1. I forget what episode, but I'm sure within the name it says something about astrology. Oh, it's called Big Leo Energy. So, which Leo season's coming, and I can't wait.
Oh, it's coming.
I feel like, you know how I know it's coming? Well, one, because I have a calendar and I know when it's coming. But two, like I've noticed, like maybe it's like a seasonal thing and it has nothing to do with like Leo season. It's just like summer's coming. But I post more on Instagram, like on my grid. Like during like the colder months, I may post like every other month, but like I've already posted.
You're feeling yourself around your
Yeah,
birthday.
yeah.
I feel the same way.
I posted 3 times in the month of May, and that's like in my mind that's wild. I'm even like, oh my god, like are people gonna get annoyed of me? Like, am I oversaturating like the feed? Like,
You're talking to someone who used to post every single day.
you did.
I
like,
did.
like 6 months ago.
Yeah, but I don't think, and I think something that I learned from that is like, but people don't see it every single day.
That's true.
Or see, people don't really notice. I say that and probably like 100 people have me muted, but, but I really don't think it is. I think that is like an intrusive thought or like I don't know, kind of like an imposter thing that's like, oh, people are going to get annoyed with me or people are going to say something about me if I like put all of this content out there. But I just really don't think that that's true.
Yeah, I think it's imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
I suffer from that heavy.
Yeah. But you're also a Leo and people want to hear what you have to say.
You're right.
Yeah.
And I like hearing what I have to say. Hence,
Obviously.
can you imagine if we're both like, oh my, I hate like the sound of my voice. Like I just like hate being on camera.
Oh my gosh, I can never post a video.
Do you like when you're like doing this right now? Like, are you like actively like there's a camera?
No.
Yeah, no, I don't really either.
I am in a different like the show is on.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not this way.
Yeah.
In real life, but yeah.
I guess when like you're like us and you're constantly thinking like you're filming a reality TV, like what's a
yeah, so we're just delusional
Yeah.
in real life. I do often think about or put myself in situations, especially if I'm like, let's say running, for example. I'm running and I like start to get in a lull or like drag my feet and I'm like, what if so-and-so was around this next corner and they're going to see you like drag an ass down the street? And I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah. You're just constantly performing.
I am constantly performing.
Same.
Just in case.
Yep.
You never know who's going to be around any corner.
I agree. Sometimes I'm at the gym working out and I was like, yeah, I know like sometimes my face can be ugly, but like once I catch that, I'm like, I'm like lifting weights like
Vogue.
like just like fierce.
Yeah, and there's actually nothing worse when somebody catches you slipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, catches you at your worst. You're like, oh god, I'll never recover.
Yeah. And if I catch you slipping, I'm calling it out
Yeah.
or taking a picture. I have like so many photos of like friends, people that I'm not even friends with anymore. I used to call it like my blackmail photos. I just love to get a good photo of people at their worst.
I don't even want to know how many you have.
We'll find out.
Most of mine are asleep. So
Yeah, that's true.
Over, baby, come on over. Come on.
Hey boy, don't you know? It's like have you seen that TikTok where they're like when like like you're just singing like regularly and then your friend who's like an actually singer is like takes it over. I forgot what the girl was singing. It was probably like Ariana Grande, and they were like, I can't think of an Ariana Grande. Like the one.
Thank you. Next.
Yeah, and then the girl comes in, she's like, "Thank you, na." And it's like, shut the fuck up.
I would literally say that to any of my friends.
Like,
Get the fuck out of here. This was actually not for you.
Yeah. You ready to get controversial?
Let's get controversial.
Right. What do we have today? First one.
I don't care about people's babies turning 4 months old. Put the numbered plaque away. I think also this is just another hard answer because I don't have kids and like I don't know what the month milestones mean. So like I don't care unless it's my nephews and it's just a cute pic, or my nieces or nephews and it's just a cute pic. Yeah, I care more just about like seeing a cute picture of your baby. I don't really care about the months.
Do people do that every month?
A lot. Yeah, I would
think
say
I have
up
seen
until
it.
the first year.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I also know that I think, I don't know, like you get a lot of big events or like monumental things that come in the first year. So I think that's why people put that out there, or it's just like, I don't know, standard. I can tell you, I wouldn't be able to keep up with that.
Yeah.
I have no kids now, and I know myself, and I know I'd not be able to keep up with that.
I personally don't really care about that. I don't think that bothers me. What bothers me is when people are like, "Oh, my baby is 36 months old." And I'm like,
You're like doing the math in your head.
yeah. Like,
You're like,
bitch,
your baby's 3.
Yeah. Like that's so annoying to me. Like me and a coworker, we were talking about this, and so because we were like on a call, like on a Zoom, and we were like chatting, like stalking each other about it, like eye roll. So then we went and like did like one of those online calculators to see how many months old we are. I forgot what I was. I think it was like 376 months old. And I was like, that's what I'm gonna start saying to these people. I'm gonna be like, I just celebrate my 36 700 300 I can't even say it, but like 376
It's been
months.
my 376 month. That should be, you should do a photo dump every month of the year. And it's like my 377th month of the year.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be a funny photo dump.
Right. And like
Don't steal it.
like on a blanket, like laying down, like how they do, and like get like a whole
With a
photo
numbered
shoot.
plaque.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be good.
Yeah, that would be good.
But yeah, the month things, that doesn't really bother me.
I would have a few more months on mine, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
than yours.
do 1 month. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean about the numbered plaque, do 1 month, 6 month.
Yeah. Or to your social media page, do whatever the
hell
fuck you want.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at it or I'm not.
Yeah. All right, next one. People take pronouns too seriously.
This is testy. I don't think that it's like, I mean, it's like grammar.
Yeah, I mean, I just like don't get that point of view.
Yeah.
Who takes pronouns too seriously? Non-binary people or like,
Right. If this is a he and I'm calling you a she, are you going to get upset about it?
right?
I feel like you might.
Like to me, it's very like transphobic or insensitive to non-binary people, because you're not mad that I'm saying he when I'm referring to myself, saying he, him, like that doesn't bother you at all. But so you're talking about people who
You're talking about trans people.
right.
Yeah.
So no,
Or
I
you're
don't,
talking about a she that identifies as a he, or a he that identifies as a she.
which is
Or
trans.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Or like or people who don't identify with either or like they go by they them pronouns. Like yeah, it feels like it's coming from a transphobic place.
Yeah.
And no, they don't take them too seriously. Now, or this person is mad that they've been like misgendering someone and they got called out. And then then you're gonna be like, oh, you take it too serious. No, bitch, maybe you don't take it
Still a
serious
little
enough.
transphobic. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I think we're in agreement here.
Yeah. I will like it for a lot of people. It's a relatively new concept, and it can be like challenging to remember, and sometimes maybe you you have a coworker who you just found out is non-binary or goes by pronouns other than the one that like you would think they are,
Or
just
even
based,
like a they them.
right. So maybe you have a little anxiety and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to misgender them. So like you're doing like your best. But don't turn that into,
I will say I don't think this person or this whoever wrote this is coming from a place of like, oh, I don't want to misgender them,
Yeah.
like of empathy. Like
yeah,
this does not strike me as an empathetic, which by the way, all these are anonymous, so we don't know
We don't
who
know.
this came from. But
yeah. No, I don't think people take them too serious.
yeah.
I think,
I think if it same thing as social media, if it matters to them, like why wouldn't you just be okay with it? It's not hurting you.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people love to say like they them is not grammatically correct. You use that all the time. Like maybe you're saying a little bit more, but like don't act like you don't say like, yeah, like they just went to the grocery store. Like you say that all the time.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Next. Thank you. Next. We should only have to purchase Christmas gifts for the children in the family. Adults have lost their gift privileges. It's too expensive. As an adult, I wouldn't say that I've lost my privilege.
Yeah.
I do love a gift, but I will say I don't really care about gifts at Christmas anymore. I definitely think it is much more about the kids.
yeah.
My family will do, and it's a lot because there's like so many of us, but we will do a drawing, like a Secret Santa between the adults, and it's just one gift, and then we'll put a price limit on it. And I mean, it's more about like the element of surprise,
Yeah.
of like who got you kind of thing, and then we buy the kids gifts.
Did the opinion say Christmas?
Yeah.
It said Christmas. Oh, okay. I don't like. I never celebrated Christmas as like a family. Anytime I celebrated Christmas, it was like at friends' place. So I've never had to like buy a bunch of Christmas gifts, and I never expected a bunch of Christmas gifts. We didn't do that. But I just think gifts in general, I guess sometimes it gets a little like stressful, like feeling obligated to get a gift.
Yeah.
Especially as adults. Like I feel like we don't need to give each other birthday gifts all the time. Like
We've
we're gonna
talked
go-
about this for weddings. For
yeah.
like,
I think like, if we're gonna celebrate your birthday, like let me get you your drinks. Like I'll buy your dinner. Like we don't have to like buy
I think as an adult, you should never have the expectation of
Mhm.
getting a gift. Like a gift should always be like a nice thing
Yeah.
if somebody chooses to do it, but it should never be like, I should have gotten,
Yeah.
like, grow up.
Yeah.
Literally.
But also like that like gift giving and receiving has never been one of my love languages. Like I never cared about that. And I was with someone who like that was like their like I think like was like their main love language. But it's just never been mine. So
I could dive down a wormhole of love languages. It is my little sister's is gift giving, but it's not like as like for her in particular, like I could bring her a Laffy Taffy from the convenience store and she would be like over the moon.
Yeah.
It's like any little thing means a big deal. So I wouldn't even say her as a gift giving or a gift receiving love language is like all about getting something.
it's like more like the thought, like, oh, you thought of me, you like
Exactly.
yeah, that's,
Like I could pick a flower off the street and she'd be like, oh.
that's cute.
Yeah.
I would say I think quality time is like my top love language.
Is it?
Yeah, like I just want to be with someone who wants to just like sit on the couch. We don't even have to talk, have a movie on, scrolling on. Like I just want to like be around my lover.
I feel like it might change like relationship to relationship maybe. I don't know. Because my top two are acts of service and then words of affirmation. My bottom two were physical touch and quality time.
Oh my god.
So one of my friends joked and he was like, basically, feed me, tell me I'm pretty, and then leave me the fuck alone. And I was like, well, that kind of tracks.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I think my second one was I think it might have been words of affirmation. Like, remind me that you love me, please.
Yeah.
Like, don't,
Remind me that you love me and then just sit next to me.
I know yeah, like I want you to sit in the room with me all day, but like, randomly just being, I love you. That's all I ask.
It's not too much. Are we ready for the last and final controversial opinion today?
Of today's episode. I was like,
Of
damn,
today's
you made it
episode.
sound like the podcast is ending. I thought I don't know why. I have random thoughts. I was like, what if Chelsea comes up to me one day? She's like, I don't want to do the podcast anymore.
I would never. You're never going to get that from me.
Maybe I was like,
Over my dead
I was
body.
like, I hope she does that soon. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right.
You will never get rid of Mike hiding behind the couch.
All right. Last one.
There's a correct way to wipe your booty, standing up or sitting down. I'm going to let you take it away.
As an expert shitter. No, I'm kidding.
I've actually been doing this my whole life.
There's a TikTok that was like, don't be a girl that poops, be a girl that shits. I love that. Also, what does that mean?
That should be I'm gonna paint that and then hang it on my bathroom wall.
Yeah.
Don't be a girl that poops. Be a girl that shits.
My friend Mandy, Mandy, she has a sign in her bathroom that was like, something, it says be comfortable, take off your clothes unless you're just sitting on the toilet, because that would be weird, something like that. But anyways, controversial opinion. I think if you stand up and wipe, that's fucking weird.
Your cheeks close.
Right. Unless you literally have no ass, but even still.
No, you can't stand it. Well, we both have bidets, so that's not a standing operation.
Yes, it's not. But I know people that do stand and wipe, and it's are you actually just standing, or are you standing and then putting your leg on the tub? Because
Are you spreading those cheeks wide open?
yeah, I'm trying to picture that, and it's
And it's also this is kind of a weird thing, because it's how do you learn that?
Yeah.
Where do you learn? Maybe this person learned because their parent made them stand when they were wiping their ass.
right. So yeah.
It's something that you have to think about having kids. You having kids, and I'm okay, well, I'm gonna wipe your ass standing up, but you should know that you need to do this sitting down on your own.
Right. So yeah, I think there is a right and a wrong way. Sit your ass down and wipe.
Or maybe we all learned that way, but we're all just kind of lazy. And so we're just I'm not standing for this. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna...
Oh my God. I saw a clip of a podcast of this guy. I think they were talking about a similar conversation. And I'm not sure if he was trolling. I really hope he was trolling. He didn't look like it. It was about wiping. And he was he basically said that he uses the toilet paper to catch his poop. Yeah. And he sounded so serious. And everyone was I'm leaving. If you're being serious, I'm leaving. And they were what are you talking about? And I was what?
I'm imagining a man telling me that, even if I'm in love,
Yeah.
and it's our first time, and he's no, this is how I do it. I'd be we'd have so much to unpack.
Yeah. It also reminds me of my last apartment. We had so many toilet issues. Just flushing. It would always get clogged, anything. And our super was are you flushing toilet paper down? I was yeah. He was oh, you can't do that. You wipe and then you put the toilet paper in the garbage next to it. And I was what the fuck? No. And he was serious. I was are you trolling me right now? He was dead serious. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah. So we moved out.
Great.
And it was a nice apartment. It was actually the nicest apartment I've ever lived in New York. So.
But you can't use toilet paper.
No. We did.
Well, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to just throw it away.
Yeah. So I have
Weird.
shitty paper.
Literally.
Yeah. Enough shit talk. This is not the shit talk that I want to be doing.
Exactly. Anyway, so there is a right way, and I don't even feel this is that controversial. I think most everyone would agree. But
Yeah.
if you're willing to put it out there publicly that you do it the other way and you would like to advocate for yourself, by all means, I'd love to hear your take.
Yeah. In a live demonstration, maybe. Because, I don't understand how that could work. I just can't. But let's go try it.
Together?
Yeah, together.
This is how we fall in love.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do now.
And that's the podcast.
Please comment, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Please.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Okay, bye.
Bye.